You see Scottie Barnes on the possession earlier, the beautiful no look.
Barnes has got a ton of talent.
We're here with Scottie Barnes, Florida State forward, projected top 10 pick out in Santa Barbara. Scottie, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's the pre-draft process been for you so far?
I would say the pre-draft process has just been great. Just coming in the gym every day, working on my body in the weight room. We just getting up ton of shots, ton of reps, being consistent in the gym day in, day out.
All right, we're going to dive into some of your film here. Going to break it down kind of section by section and show some of the offense, the defense, kind of what makes you so unique as a prospect. And so before we get into some of the categories, I like this play here because this is like Scottie Barnes. To me, this is who you are, okay? So you missed the little putback, right? But this type of tenacity and ferocity, like you never give up on plays, you know? Like you're always mixing it up, clapping, you know, the little winning things. Where does that mentality come from for you?
I think in this game, it was just a rough game for us. We really couldn't get a lot of things going. They missed the free throw. I think we missed the free throw, and then I got the offensive rebound, tried to put it back, missed it, and I tried to get it right back on the play. I didn't want to give up on the play and just try to let them get an easy, fast break or anything, so I just tried to get it right back.
Yeah, just you being willing to mix it up. You know, that's what I've always thought about you, just like making those little winning plays. And then even this one, okay, I don't know if you remember this, but most guys in this position right here, okay, maybe you jog back, you give up, you know, it's just going to be an easy bucket for them. They break the press. But like you sprint back, you're communicating. What's going through your mind here as you're running back?
Right now, you just got to put it all on line. You see that we're down 11 right now.
Yep.
You give up on the play, then we just put ourselves in a bigger hole. If we're going to try to fight to get back in the game, we just got to hustle. So I just try to make a hustle play and give my team all we got. I'm trying to tell someone to pick up on the man back there so I could just get on ball, stay on ball, because I feel like I could get back into this play.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things you do. We'll show a little bit more is your communication. Like you're always pointing, you're always talking, and that's been developed over time?
I would just say that's just someone I've always been. I've always been trying to be a big communicator and just trying to do stuff on defense and offense to try to facilitate the game, you know, just put ourselves in the best position.
Yeah, and you mentioned Draymond Green, and I know you're bigger, you're more athletic, you know, that you're probably better at the same stage, but that's where the comparison comes from, I think, is just because of the toughness that you bring and the willingness to do all those little things. Like, look at this play here, okay? This is the type of play that you would make. So turnover, 2-on-1, met him at the rim. What do you think of this?
As you can see, he hustles back, tries to get the block, and just look at his energy right after the play. I would say that's a type of person that I am too. Just bring that love and passion to the game. That's just hard work and willingness and effort right there. That's all it is.
Yeah, no question. And
that's the heart.
That's the heart, right? So that's where I think that's where that comparison, you know, comes from for you. And I think it starts on the defensive end. You know, that's where you took a lot of pride all year. It seems
that's
like.
Facts.
How many positions do you think you can guard?
I can guard. I could probably say I can guard the 1 through 4 for sure. I think I can guard 1 through 5. I'm big. I'm strong. I can handle the 5s down there. I feel like I can guard all 5 positions. It just takes about who wants it more. That's what the game's about.
So what's your goal here because you were guarding point guards a lot of the year. You're just trying to be disruptive, speed them up?
One thing about me, I just take my pride in defense. I try to not let nobody score on me. I try to pick up full court. I try to be the best. Like, we just try to challenge each other, try to be the best defenders on the floor. So I just try to pride myself against steals, picking up full court and just putting pressure on the ball. We had some at the Florida State. We call it "Welcome to the Terror Dome" because we put that pressure on the ball. So if they trying to drill the ball up versus us, we just trying to put pressure on the ball the whole way. Letting nothing easy just come, not letting them try to run their offense. So I just try to put as much pressure as I can and not let him run the offense. You see how they trying to run down, get into something. I'm trying to not let him keep his vision up on the court so he can just see the whole floor trying to run the play.
So what are you looking at in his body now? Is it his eyes? Is it the ball? Is it his stomach?
Right now I'm trying to turn him, and then he's over here trying to look up, trying to run the play. So I find a good opportunity where he puts the ball in front of me, so I got it easy still, using my long arms, my long athletic ability.
Yeah, no question. And here's another one, too. You mentioned just kind of trying to take them out of their plays, right? Like, they can't get into anything just because of how active you are, your length, flying all around, right?
Yeah, as you can see, I just saw like a slight advantage in me guarding him. You can see he can't he's really shaky with the ball when
Yep.
he's dribbling it up. So I know if I put pressure on him, I could try to get at least a steal. You see, he bobbles the ball a little bit, so I just keep trying to put that ball pressure on him.
And then you have the ability to switch everything too. I know that's how you guys played all year, but like just being able to go from, okay, I'm guarding a point guard, now I'm guarding Trace Jackson Davis, and now I'm mixing it up. You know, that's how a lot of NBA teams want to play, right?
Yes. I like that style of basketball. I feel like I can, if it's a big and me and we switch, I can easily guard the big. If it's a guard, I can fight over the screen and just keep trying to get in front of him with my long legs, step over the screen and things like that.
Yeah, and so the keys to guarding point guards, right? Sometimes it's scouting report stuff too. Who are you guarding here, and anything you would have done differently?
This is Jose Alvarado. He's a very quick guard. I would just probably say just keep my cushion. I think I got into him too much.
Yep.
He's a short, quick guard. I just need to use my long arms and my where I can just contest the shot. So I shouldn't have I should have just kept my cushion and kept pushing back and just using my length to try to stay in front of him.
Got you. Yeah, so give yourself a little bit more of a gap, keep him in front, and then just use your length to contest, right?
Yes.
For sure, and you had some great possessions doing that we're going to show coming up here. And, okay, one guy, you mentioned Ben Simmons, right? And I think, obviously, Montverde, you know, all that, but similar in that he guards all 5 positions. He can play with the ball. He can play almost as like a point guard, really. So it starts on the defensive end for him, and like we said, this isn't like some, you know, unbelievable defensive job, but he knows Russell Westbrook, not a shooter, right?
Yeah, you can see he's giving his cushion, and then Russell Westbrook can't shoot that shot because his length is right there.
Exactly. And so how would you guard Russ?
You can just see he did a great job. You can see Russell Westbrook loves that little midi shot right there. He always comes downhill, take that midi shot. So he's giving his cushion, but Russell Westbrook just can't pull up on him because he's right there with his arms right there, so he can't get the shot off. I will do the same thing.
Same thing. So give yourself enough space and then just keep him in front. And that's exactly what you do here, okay? So who is this, Isaiah Wong?
Yeah, Isaiah Wong.
And what's your goal here?
My goal is really when I'm guarding someone, with my length, I can contest any shot. So if I give my cushion and push back, I can contest any shot as well as possible, as best as anybody can. So I'm just letting him make him try to force him to shoot the ball, so I could just get that contest and we could start running.
Yeah, and you'll live with that, right? I mean, off balance, pull up 3, great contests. That's really good defense. And one other guy, you know, from talking to your group here that you've been training with and started thinking about it a little more and more, like Andre Iguodala, you know, a guy who played multiple positions for the Warriors, champion, obviously guarded LeBron, everybody. Have you watched much of him?
I watched some of Andre Iguodala and his on the Warriors, yes. You can see he's a very good defender. He makes great passes. I feel like that's an underrated skill of his passing ability, but he's a very good passer, but he's also an excellent defender. Yeah,
exactly. And he had some big moments guarding even Kyrie here, you know, sitting down, keeping him in front, making it difficult for him, and then they're out and running. So here's a real throwback clip for you. You against R.J. Barrett. You remember this?
Yeah, I do remember this.
What was this battle like?
This was a fun battle, actually. Even though they kind of whooped us, this was still a fun battle. I think I held myself very well in this game. This was a good battle versus me and RJ. I think right here he drives past and dunk it, but he got a bucket. I know that for sure.
Yeah, he got the angle.
It was the end of the game. We was down like 18, and I just tried to reach, try to get my cushion. He blew past me.
But I watched the whole game, and you played a great game, especially for your age at that time too. And you didn't shy away. You guys had some words.
I think before this, he said something to my teammate, and I was like, "Nah, bro, don't do that. Let's not get into that." So that's just was like, I was just helping my teammate out, and I was like, "Nah, that's not gonna happen today."
Well, the intensity that you bring is, I mean, I've heard stories, USA basketball camps, and like people don't want to come back because of like the defense that you play and the intensity that you play with. Is that a goal of yours to just like make people uncomfortable?
That's just my mindset. My mindset is just lock up whoever I'm guarding, talk, communicate throughout the whole defensive possession. That's just my mindset when I step on the court. Defense just always gets me going. If my defense isn't going, then that's just what I pride myself on. Okay, so you mentioned we saw the point guards, we saw some of the wings. You switched on to bigs a decent amount too. Yes.
So you have the freedom to like full front here?
Yes. I feel like that's what our coaches want us to do. That.
Yep.
They want us to try to front the post. Don't let them get it easy in there. So I just tried to front the post and try to get it. And it was a bad pass, so I just got over it.
Yeah, use your length and good defense. And then, okay, if they do catch, here's Day'Ron Sharp, former teammate. What's the scouting report there?
Scouting report on Day'Ron, just Cage's left shoulder because you want him to turn back to his left hand. That was our scouting report. But he bumped me, and he got me with a little move, so I just tried to contest at his highest peak.
Yeah, and there you can see right there. I mean, that's the wingspan, right?
Yes.
And you have the ability to guard bigs or be disruptive against those type of guys. Every once in a while, okay, who is this, Walker Kessler?
Walker Kessler, yeah. He got me with a little spin back. That's a good move, but he got me right there.
Yeah, left shoulder dominant, right? But it's tough because you don't want to keep him from coming middle? Or you want to sit on his left shoulder?
I should have still sat on his left shoulder and just forced him to that help right there in the middle.
Yep.
As you can see, number 10 is right there. That's Malik. That would have been a great defensive possession if I just still forced him right there, going to the left hand. That was still our scouting report. I should have still caged his left shoulder right there.
Because you got your help right there,
Yes.
sitting on his left shoulder. But here, I think your quickness and your ability to be disruptive is a big reason why you can guard these bigs too, right? Fighting around. That's great defense against Trace Jackson-Davis. And then, all right, so last part of defense here, the team defense, right? That's a big part of defense. Obviously, we talked about, your communication and everything. Great closeout, first of all. So were you guys – what kind of freedom do you have here to, help off? And are you a no-middle team?
Nah, that's not how we operate. Right here, my ball foot should have been up. But when I closed out with Sam Hauser, he's a really good shooter.
Yep.
So we tried to make him get no space on his shot. So I tried to stop the three, but he put on the floor. So I know I could move my feet, and he's not really so quick. So I'm just staying right in front of him.
Yeah, so you want to get him off the three-point line, which you do really well there. And then I'm curious here, so just attacking the ball, is that just an instinctual play?
In our Florida State defense, and we just work on our defense a lot throughout practice. Right here, we say if we can go get that, go and snatch it with two hands. If you go with one hand, usually they call a foul. But so I just came in there and tried to snatch it with two hands because I knew he wasn't going to pass it out.
Right, because Jay Huff, probably not a comfortable ball handler, right? So you just see blood in the water and attack it.
I just saw it, and I just went for it.
Yeah, that's great. And so here's something from Draymond just to show the team defense, okay, how active he is, right? So he's up in Kevin Love. He's going to dig off. He's going to get back, get him off, and then help on this pass. What do you think of this?
As you see from the beginning of the play, he just doesn't let Kevin Love get space to try to create as he can see a passing opportunity for LeBron or something. And then he just forces him to uncomfortable off the dribble. And then he sees his help right there, so he tries to switch off his man, which allow him to get that steal. Yeah,
and those are the type of plays that you make, pretty regularly. Okay, every once in a while someone gets caught napping, right? What do you see?
As you see, you can see I'm just standing in no man's land from the beginning. I just tried to help, kick out. I thought he was going to shoot the layup, and he just kicked out for my man for three. That was just a lazy play right there.
And in the NBA, a lot of times it's stay home on the corner, right?
Yes.
And that's maybe one of the biggest differences in college. Like in college, okay, you can kind of bluff and get back.
Yeah.
But in the NBA, that's probably Klay Thompson, right?
Yeah.
And so got to stay home, which,
Scouting report.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this I thought was really good. Because of your length, you can kind of be in the gap still against these guys. Smaller guy, you close out, get him off, and then the contests,
Yeah. Being in the pass lane, ball foot up, close out, high hand. And just stay in my cushion where I can be active, contest a shot, stay in his range of motion, so he can't just get an easy shot off.
And you can even see the communication too. You're saying runner, he's running through, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of your game, just that team mentality. Being able to get these guys off, understand, scouting report stuff, and then here, okay, against a little help at the rim. So you didn't get a ton of blocks, but you think that's more because you were playing on the perimeter.
I wouldn't say that. I probably could be a solution for that. But usually I just try to wall up, give a high wall up.
Yep.
Not even try to get a really fouls like that. So that's probably one reason. I don't try to really reach over, try to go block the shot. I just try to give a good wall up so we can just get running.
And then offensively, so, okay, that defense is oftentimes turning into offense, right?
Yes.
And I think that's where you're at your best, pushing in the open court. What makes you so comfortable in these type of situations?
I just love getting out and run. That's just how I've always been. Since I was a kid, I would get the rebound, throw full court passes, I just love playing in that tempo, getting the ball, pushing it, making those good passes where I'm kicking up, or if my big man gets rebound, I can just get it and push in transition as well.
Yeah, I think that's where you're really tough to guard because kind of the unpredictability, that you bring. So I love this pass. I think this is one of your best passes of the year.
Yeah.
Take me through this one. What are you seeing? And
get the rebound. As you can see, Walker Kessler, he's already trailing the play. And then you see Leaky Black. He's trying to kick people out and talk as well. So I'm looking at MJ in the corner and Melissa's wide open down the middle of the lane.
So you're looking at MJ, making Leaky think, okay, that's where I'm going, probably, right?
Trying to kick out. He's trying to say something back there, trying to kick out, while Walker Kessler's trying to run back and try to get the big.
So you froze him right there. And then there's that no-look pass. That's Scottie Barnes 1-on-1. And here's the throwback, okay?
Youth school days.
This is a deep throwback. Okay, nothing flashy, but you've always been doing this, pushing the open court.
Yeah, the push transition, gave a little no-look to a cutter. That's Trey Dooms. He's just going to finish at the rim with his athletic ability.
You were what, 6'6" then?
These days, I
6'7"?
was probably like 6'7", 6'8".
Yeah, but I remember watching you at USA Basketball, even with this team, and you were always really good in transition. And that's Ben Simmons as well. Sometimes it's just these little simple drop-offs, right?
That's nice. Feed the big, run in transition. Everybody eats.
Everybody eats. That's the key. Reward him, right? And, okay, this is the one you maybe saw with the left. I mean, this is a big-time pass. You remember that?
Chill. That's nice. Just see him run in transition. People being lazy in transition. K is wide open in the corner, but he didn't fully commit. So he just give a little no-look pass to try to throw off the defense. What
was it like to play with like that? I mean, that's arguably the greatest high school team ever, right?
Yeah, I feel like it is. You got Dayron Big. He's just very talented. You got Caleb Houston, can shoot really well. One of the best shooters I've seen. Moses Moody, great shooter. One of the best shooters I've seen. And then you got K. He could just do it all. Big point guard. Know how to facilitate. He just knows how to do it all. And then you got me, my defensive presence, and then my abilities. Being K, ability to just create for others is that's very dominant.
Yeah, you guys, I said you're built like an NBA team almost, and you can see that. It was a lot of fun to watch. Go back and watch that. And, okay, that translated to the college level too, right? You remember this pass?
One thing we try to do is try to cross the court, and then you just see MJ cut, so he was wide open and just made a quick pass. This defender, his head has no idea where MJ is, so it's just easy pass.
Yeah, great understanding, too, of, okay, like he's in no man's land, hard cut, and you're pretty comfortable making that one-handed lefty, huh?
Yeah, that's a pretty easy pass.
Hockey assist.
Yeah.
You take it. Doesn't show up in the box score, but, that's an impressive read. And then, okay, I know this isn't a true fast break, but just wanted to show, like, the length. I mean, look at where you take off from.
Yeah, missed one early in this game, but I got past Scottie Lewis. I tried to tell the man from the corner to come up, but he stood in the corner. But I knew that the big wasn't going to fully commit because he already did it earlier in the game. So it just helped me rise up and go punch one.
Just kind of getting into some of the half-court stuff. Pick and roll, I mean, you seem really comfortable as well. You see yourself as someone who can initiate offense in the half-court?
For sure. I feel like that's what I can do at the next level. I feel like I can facilitate offense, getting that pick and roll, create for others, because I feel like if you compare me to other point guards, I feel like I'm at the top of that list when it comes to pick and roll, just finding passes, being at my size, at what I can do with it. Yeah, no question. And you're really good here. Okay, so they're going over, and what's your goal here? You want to get him on your hip? I knew he was going to try. He's trying to play because it was a good screen. You just see Walker Kessler commits on me so much. I have a shooter in the corner with Anthony Polite, so if he comes off him, Anthony Polite was one of the best shooters in the country. So if he comes off him, then I could easily kick that to Anthony Polite. But the big commit, so I just throw it up for BK.
Got you. So because Kessler, there's two on the ball, and then you're reading that weak side tag on Anthony.
Yeah.
And if he helps, then you got Polite.
That's easy.
Easy money.
Easy money.
Yeah, simple math, right? And then a great lob there. So one guy, I know you're like, you're more athletic, and we talk about all these other guys, but Kyle Anderson, like another guy, 6'8", 6'9", they call him slow-mo. I think you got a little more juice, but have you watched him at all?
Yeah, you see him. I saw him play a couple games, watch him in the playoffs, watch him before the playoffs and the playing games. And then even at the Spurs, that's my dad's favorite team, the Spurs.
Yeah?
So I just saw him play a couple of times.
You like his game?
Yeah, he's very nice. You see he plays with a lot of passion as well.
Yeah.
He gives it his all when he's out there on the floor.
And another guy who, like, they use him like some teams might use you. Give him the ball, play pick and roll.
Yeah, you put him in multiple different situations in multiple ways where he could do multiple things.
Yeah, exactly. That's what teams want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so here's another one, hard Hedge. What are your options here as you're coming off? What are you looking at?
You just see the dude commits. Once I come off this ball screen, I probably could hit him a little earlier, but he commits to the big, so that's an easy kick out. You see my shooter's right there in the corner. He's wide open, have his hands up. That's an easy kick out for three.
Yeah, so all you got to do is beat the Hedge, which is a pretty weak Hedge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Turn the corner.
Yeah, Virginia, they're a strong Hedge team. They like to try to make you pick the ball up by giving you hip checks.
Okay.
So I just try to get around the screen because I don't know. Our coach says, like, don't be worried about the head checks. So it was just trying to get over the screen and then hit my corner right away.
Great pass. And so one other way, too, in pick and roll is to you're so big, you might have a point guard come set a screen on you, and then you can just go to the rim, right?
Yes. You could probably set a step up from the corner, get the clear out, have the smaller guard on you. Or as you see with him, he just took him right into the paint and just used his craftiness to finish around the rim.
Yeah, and we saw that a lot from you. And even if it isn't a screen, I thought you were really comfortable just like, all right, I'm going to take you down to the block and give you one of these, right?
Yeah, nice little floater, or put it just right over them where it's an easy basket.
Yeah, exactly. And same thing from Ben. He's going to bring the ball up, okay, and see Brad Beal, you're too small. And he's really good with that right hand. And then the last section here before we let you go, playing off the catch too. You mentioned it. Your catch and shoot has improved a lot. I mean, I remember when you were younger, it was like side spin. It was all over the place, right?
all over the place.
Yeah.
This and that. But as you can see, I got way better. Just kept working on my jump shot throughout the year where I could just get it straight down, transfer my balance, and just sweep my feet under my shot each and every shot.
Yeah, beautiful stroke. And, okay, maybe earlier in the year sometimes it took time to gain that confidence, right?
Yes.
So, like here, I know you get downhill, get to the rim, but now that's probably a shot, right?
Yes. I probably should have shot that one, but I probably wasn't really looking for the shot.
Yep. Okay, so you get downhill into the body, but I think, creating that respect is going to be huge. Like this, I mean, overtime game, you guys are down 3, like that's – if anyone says you're not confident, that shows you right there the opposite, right?
Just we needed something going. We're down 3.
Yeah.
Needed something going, so I just stepped into a confident shot it.
Yeah, that's great.
You see I follow through, transfer my balance, and just stick the shot.
And stay in it. And then, okay, teams got to start running you off if that's the case, right? And then you can really use, one dribble, front of the rim, right? That's hard to guard. Yeah, I think your film kind of speaks for itself in a lot of ways. And so last question I want to ask, there are players all over the world who want to make it in the NBA at a pretty high level, right? You have guys in Europe, you have guys in college, guys coming out of Africa, you got players in the NBA who don't want you to come take their job, right? So why is it that Scottie Barnes can not only be an NBA player, but why should teams bet on you to be a real high-level contributor on winning teams?
I feel like I can do it all. I feel like I can get downhill, I can play make, I can create. I bring winning culture. I bring a winning impact right away. Where I can, and I have a good communication for a team where I could talk defensively, go through the offense. I'm very unselfish player where I really don't care. I'm gonna give it all. I just bring the winning mentality. I'm a winner. I feel like that's the best thing about me. I'm a winner, and I'm very unselfish on the floor. So I help teams win, and I feel like that's why they should bet on me. I feel like I'm one of the best prospects in this draft, and I feel like with me on your team, then you just instantly get a lot better from that.
How many gold medals do you have?
I have 3 right now.
Yeah, and you got a high school championship? No.
I won 2 states championship, and I could have been a national championship, but COVID canceled.
COVID hit it. Well, hey, I think you're making kind of defense cool again. You're making winning cool again. And the way you play the game, I think, is really good for the game of basketball. So, yes, Scottie, I appreciate you, man, and thanks for taking the time.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.